cool?
I'm so excited for this. There we go. I couldn't find my dang mic to unmute it. But alright, so we have Susan Calloway here today on the stream. I'm kind of like flustered here, so like I'm probably a little like out of character here. But how is everyone doing today? DeadBurgerKing here. I forgot to introduce myself. As I said, we're here with Susan Calloway, the vocalist for Final Fantasy XIV and the Distant Worlds concerts. If you haven't been to the Distant Worlds concerts, you're missing out. I'm just saying. So how are you doing today, Susan?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here. This is like my first Twitch experience, so I'm so excited. So thanks for having me on with you. This is awesome.
I am really excited that you're starting your Twitch account. Like you're going to do live solo concerts and sing and perform for people live on Twitch, and it's going to be amazing.
Thank you. Well, I'm really excited because I know there's so many Final Fantasy people on Twitch, and it's a platform I really want to explore because I feel like it's a place that we can hang out and I can maybe share music with you guys and answer your questions or whatever. So I'm very excited to try it out and see if this is something that everybody is into. So I think it's going to be really fun. So thanks for everybody that's out there that's joined us, and we're glad you could hang out with us today on this Thursday. And that's cool. So, and thank you again for having me.
Oh, no, thank you for being here. Like it's a huge honor, and
no problem. Well,
I
cool.
am humbled that
well, first of all, do you guys have any... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just flattering you. Go ahead.
Very funny. Well, cool. Well, to start things off, it really is. I think people will enjoy.
Wait.
I'm looking at questions here.
Oh,
there's Kookie. Hey, Kookie. I know Kookie. She's like, I can see your thing here. Welcome to Twitch. Thank you. I know it's about time, right? Hey, can people see me? Or am I like...
Yeah. People can see you and you're live. I even have I'll have us labeled in case anyone happens to get us mixed up and confused. I have us labeled so everyone can see you. And Helmet Humper, a good friend of mine, he says hi. And
awesome. Hello.
And Ellen, A to the LAN is here, and we have a special command, just for Ellen, which we will play
That's
here.
Cool.
Wait,
Ellen,
there it is.
Ellen.
Awesome.
Anyways, so I had to play that for Ellen because Ellen's special. So
I understand.
You were saying though, I think I interrupted you. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. No, I was just saying that I'm really excited to have my own Twitch channel, and I think it's something I wanted to ask you guys out there in the community, if you would like something like that. Like, what do you think about me doing like a Twitch show? Like, I don't know, maybe once a month or once every week, or any thoughts on that?
I think anyone will come to see you whenever you perform, honestly. I think it's a great idea. Like, I mean, there's not a whole lot of people that could, make it to your concerts or... Oh, snap! Helmet Humper just gifted you a sub to the channel. So now you can access the emotes that I got and post them in chat wherever you are in Twitch. If you're like watching someone else's stream, you can just spam DBK emotes and
Awesome. Well, thank you. It's very kind. I appreciate it.
So like,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
like, there's not a whole lot of people that can make it to your concerts, um, and like, there's a lot of people. You have a lot of fans, you know. So this
Sure.
would give them an opportunity to see your performances live without
Right.
actually leaving their living room.
Right. I
And
hear you.
so like, anyone in chat right now, you can type exclamation point Twitch and or Susan Twitch. I'm sorry, exclamation point Susan Twitch, and it'll post the link to Susan's Twitch, and you can go give her a follow. So that way, when she goes live,
Awesome.
you will be notified when she goes live, and you can check out her channel. So and there it is. Cookie's got it. Cookie got it for us. Um,
Yay.
so
Thank you,
we
Cookie.
so we have some questions for you in
Yeah, ask
Discord.
away.
Hold on one second, and we're going to be prioritizing questions asked in Discord just because they're a lot easier to keep track of uh, and moderate. Where is it? Here we are. All right, so Kiru Akira 23, who's a
All
moderator.
right.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's fun.
Okay.
Love him to death. He says, "Hey Susan, huge fan. I have questions. It's usually for my friends here in the Philippines. What was your reaction when you saw the lyrics for Dragon Song?"
Well, I really liked the lyrics for Dragon Song because it really.
Uh-oh. I think we
Uh-oh.
lost you. Wait.
No, am I here? Hello?
Okay. We
Yeah.
heard really, and then you went silent.
And then I went away. No, there's like a little delay on my thing, so I wasn't sure if you were still talking.
Oh,
Um,
oh no, go ahead.
no, I really liked them when I first heard them, and I think my first reaction was I really thought it was like this great love story to me because it was kind of talking about like I don't know, it's like children of the land, do you hear, you know? And it was kind of I don't know, I actually really related to them and liked them because they kind of seemed like I kind of felt like I was narrating this like great story when I was singing it, you know? And I can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I felt like I was narrating this like great story when I was hearing it, and I liked it a lot. I think actually those lyrics of the 3 songs I've done for Final Fantasy, I think those are probably some of the best lyrics. I mean, Answers is awesome too, but the lyrics really I thought were great.
I personally really love Dragon Song too. Like, you're in the game, toward like one of the final bosses of the I can't remember if it was um the initial patch or the final patch of Dragon Song. I
Right.
I can't remember, but you're fighting Nidhogg as at the end of the story arc, and while you're fighting him, it actually plays Dragon Song. So like,
Right.
while you're fighting him, I'm hearing Susan singing, and it
Right.
was like it was this climatic battle. You're putting an end to this war between man and
Right.
dragons right here, right now, while Susan is singing, and
I know.
it was really fitting, and it was a very chilling experience for me. Like,
Right.
it was I can't explain it. It was just it just meshed so well, and
That's
it
awesome.
just like put everything together, you know.
No, that's awesome. Well, I can kind of tell that from the lyrics because it seems very picturesque. Like there's so much information about the story in the lyrics, and I think that's really cool because it really paints a picture, even if you don't play the game. I can imagine it, you know. And I think that's what I really liked about it. But I mean, he's got a couple other questions here too. Can I go on to the next one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
I just
did
wanted
you?
to let you know that Helmet Humper
Oh, yeah.
followed you, and Malefic Saturn says you were
Thank you.
indeed narrating the story, Susan. Very much mirrored Heaven's Ward.
Thank you. Yes, it felt like that. And that's always my greatest honor with this stuff is to be, because I feel like I'm getting to help tell the story. And it's very, I really care about that I do that. I care that I do that well, and even when I do live concerts and stuff, I really want to bring the story of what this is to life, because I love the message of Final Fantasy of just like this good versus evil. And like, I don't know. I can relate to that because it's such a thing that we all go through in our own lives, of like trying to fight our own demons and dragons. And you know what I mean? It's like, that's just life, and being able to, I don't know. I think there's something kind of healing about that. Like doing that in gameplay. It's almost like it gives you some kind of courage or some kind of, something that helps you like in real life. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Actually, before I forget, I wanted to tell you that you kind of mirror the Warrior of Light, honestly. Like, the Warrior of Light is always willing to help no matter what. Like, the character you play as goes out of their way to help everyone that they can. Right. Anyone who has a problem, they're going to help. Even, trivial things.
Right.
And you are very much like that. You want to help. You're always willing to help, and you're just this amazing, wonderful person that just wants to help everyone. And TMZ Elabach, thank you so much for the follow. You're awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm dropping my phone. Noller for Bones, thank you so much for that raid of 11 viewers. How are you doing tonight? And say hello to Susan Calloway, the vocalist for Final Fantasy XIV. How are you doing tonight, Noel? And Weirdling Prime, sorry. Hope you're doing well tonight. So we got some more questions. Do you want to read them, or do you want me to? It's up to you.
Are you talking to me? Because I think you cut out for a second. Sorry.
Oh, heads up, you might want to mute the stream because we can hear the echo. Like, we can hear a bit of an echo there. But do you want to read the questions, or do you want me to read the questions?
I can, or I can read them. I can see the ones that I see in Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Wait, we can still hear you can still hear the stream.
I'm not sure how to do that.
There's like a little microphone in the bottom left corner of the screen of the stream screen. You can just click on that little megaphone thing.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. I'm like sort of new at this.
No, it's all right.
Okay. I don't see it. That's the one. The Twitch is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. It's right next to the pause button.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, I see it. Okay. Muted.
Yeah. I'm wondering, I am actually wondering if, you know what? We're answering questions right now. So
yes, let's answer some questions and then let's move on to other stuff because there's stuff I want to share with everyone.
Yeah, so
because I like to talk. So, let's answer.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well,
no, it's okay.
While you're answering questions, I'm going to have your camera take over for the Final Fantasy XIV screen.
Okay.
Because we're going to make you big so people can see you. And we're
my
not
giant head. Oh.
we're not playing Final Fantasy 14 right now. So I just need to figure out where you are. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay. So go ahead and
All right. I'll answer these questions. Just let me know when you're ready.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm going to tweak this while you answer questions.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm going to answer a third question here. This is from, I think, the same guy that asked me about Dragon Song. He asked, did you sing any song in Shadowbringers? And no, I did not do a song for Shadowbringers this time. I love Shadowbringers, though. I think it's really cool. I've heard a lot of the music from the extension, and I know Soken had like a different vision for that franchise or for that extension, and there's not really like a theme song more or less for that for that extension. So, and as a lot of you know, Nobu's been kind of on hiatus for a little while. He had some problems with his health, and he's kind of the one that writes a lot of those big theme songs, you know. And he's doing much better, by the way. I actually spoke to Hiroki when I was in Tokyo a couple weeks ago, and he's doing a lot better. So, which is great because he, you know, I think he is missed from some of the Final Fantasy stuff. So, but I mean, I love Soken. Soken's so good, though. I mean, I've really enjoyed getting to know his music as well, and he's kind of an up and comer. But man, some of his pieces are just so beautiful. And you know what song I really have enjoyed doing at FanFest is Oblivion, which is also Shiva. You guys are probably familiar with that. But man, we do like some unplugged versions of that. Like there's one with orchestra and there's one that's just a piano vocal version of that I just love. I think is really, really great. In fact, I'd love to do my own version of it if you guys would be into that. So.
Oh my god. I would love it. Like Oblivion is my favorite track. Well, yeah. I should say my favorite non-Susan track in Final Fantasy 14. So like I would absolutely love it. I saw the live performance of you at one of the fan festas.
Oh really?
It was
with the primals?
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh! Like it was so good, and I love
those guys. Are so nice. Those guys are just. I really enjoyed working with them. They're such sweet guys. And you know, it's kind of challenging because you know you're sitting there as a singer, and it's like they all speak Japanese, and I don't speak any Japanese, and I really need to start learning because it's funny. Arnie gets a little frustrated with me because he's like, you know, as much as you go to Japan now, you really need to learn the language. And I'm like, I know, but I work so much, you know, and I'm always working on music, and I'm, you know, I got my hand in so many things. I mean, I'm a hardworking girl, you know, and it's like it's so hard to make time because I mean, learning a second language is not so easy. You know?
And Japanese is one of the hardest languages to learn.
I know, exactly. So it's not like you can exactly like just, you know, take a quick little, you know, class for an hour or something and get it. So. But I really would like to. It's a beautiful language, and I tell you, I've really come to appreciate their culture so much. The more time I spend there, the more I like it. It's really grown on me. It was so different at first. It was hard to adjust to everything, but I mean, I've made so many friends there now. Like, I really love it. So anyway, I'm kind of digressing, but anyway, there's another question I want to wrap up here with.
I wanted to say, like, I had a theory. Like, I saw the question that Kuru asked, and I had a theory myself. Like I didn't want to answer for it, but I specifically said my theory is that Shadowbringers is meant to be much darker. Like it is like really dark in contrast to the rest of the Final Fantasy 14 expansions.
Right.
This is the darkest I've ever seen Final Fantasy ever go. And I played every Final Fantasy, you know. It's the darkest I've ever seen it go. So like I was just like, and Susan's more lighthearted, you know, sentimental, touchy feels.
I bring the hope.
So
I'll sing another hopeful theme song that'll bring us all out of darkness.
Yeah, exactly. So like, so they didn't want you wanting. They didn't want you involved with that because it was dark. It was meant to be dark. Yeah. So like, and you're light. You're supposed to bring hope.
I can be kind of both. Though. I mean, my stuff that I write, my Susan music that I write, is kind of a mix of both. I mean, I always try to have some hope in there because I feel like life can be so depressing. It's like you want to have I hate to tell a sad story without some kind of, optimism in the end,
Right.
Because I think it's easy as an artist to do that. I think that a lot of times you're kind of motivated by the hardest things. I was just talking to my fiance about this because he's a writer and he's working on a book right now. And we were talking about he has a lot of dark characters in this book. And I'm like, I think that's great. But then I'm like, but give us some kind of nugget though at some point of just like, okay, like we don't want to just all jump off a bridge. Like there has to be a point to the darkness, because otherwise it sort of just leaves you in the dark.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I think as an artist, it's always nice if you can do that. I mean, not to be like corny, but like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like you want to, hope is a powerful thing, we all need that at some point, and we need to have something that we can believe in that's larger than us and that there's a bigger picture out there, otherwise it can get pretty meaningless,
Right.
So I always try to bring that element into my music, so.
By the way,
anyway,
Kiru says hi. He's currently in the chat right now. And Kira, we are currently answering your questions right now.
I know we sure are. Hopefully he didn't miss the answers.
Yeah, well, if he did, he'll just have to check out the VOD.
I know, exactly.
So we're on his third question.
Well, his third question. What's your favorite song that you've ever sang overall? Wow, I wonder if he means like Final Fantasy or just, I guess he means any song, huh?
Kira, do you mean like in general, all songs, or do you mean in Final Fantasy by itself, including Distant Worlds and Final Fantasy 14? In general.
Let's find out. In general, okay. In general, I mean, that's a hard question because I think that changes over time. I think, I mean, my favorite song is usually whatever my most recent song is that I've written. Because you always like love the thing that you're working on. But I mean, wow, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's such a hard question. It's hard to pinpoint one song. I mean, I think there's a song there. You know, there's a song. This is kind of an interesting answer for you. You'll have to put it up. There's a song that was written by Carla Bonoff that's called. Actually, I don't know if she wrote this, but she did a recording of it. It's called "The Water Is Wide," and it was recorded, I think, in the 70s or something. It was like one of those older songs that I heard, you know, later on in life. Or when I was a kid, you know, my parents used to play it, but it's like one of the most beautiful songs that's written. And it kind of talks about like, there's so many pictures of it. It's kind of like talking about how it's kind of like this person that's in this boat and they can't ever get to the other side. And they're trying to like find like, if they could just get to the other side, they could kind of discover like meaning and love and things like that. But it's just, I don't know, there's something about the lyrics and the melody. It's like, it almost like makes me cry every time I hear it. So that's probably one of my favorite songs of all time. And as far as like, for my music, I think my favorite song that I've ever written is a song that I wrote called Love Like Rain. And it kind of talks about a struggle between kind of like how sometimes like we have this spiritual tug within us that we feel like we are maybe drawn to God or we're drawn to some kind of truth, but we're not really sure about it. And we try all these other things in our life. You know, we try all these different options that we think are going to make us happy, and that we kind of come a lot of times in life. I think you can come full circle and find out that it's kind of like, I think Walt Whitman said this in one of his poems once, that, you know, you can journey through all these things and like somehow you end up right where you started, and it's like you're there for the first time. You know what I mean? And it's kind of a song that talks about that kind of spiritual discovery and transformation. And I'm actually working on a remake of it right now because I haven't really put it out and played it for anyone. So I think the Final Fantasy fans will really like it because it's sort of, I could hear it actually being a Final Fantasy song somehow. I'm going to send it to Soken. We'll see. We've been emailed, so I'll just see. I'll see what happens here.
I can't wait to hear it. I feel like I need to hear it.
And there's so many great songs I love. Anyway, but we should probably move on to some of these other questions, right? So
I gotta say hi to Belle. Belle, how you doing, bud?
Okay.
All right, continue. Sorry.
Hey, Belle. I know, it's awesome. And hey, those of you who've just joined us, thanks for chat. I hope that we are sufficiently entertaining you. This is my first time, so I'm sure we'll get better
ever at Twitch. Ever.
Exactly. And then, okay, so here's another person that's got some questions. Let's see. Hi, Susan. I'm a fan from Monterrey, Mexico. I would love to go to Mexico and play. That'd be awesome.
Right?
Especially during the winter. Can you tell us about your experience working along with Mr. Roth, Mr. Umatsu, and Mr. Silken? Well, they're all completely different individuals. I mean, Arnie is awesome. Arnie Roth, he is the one that got me involved in this project, so I'm very, very grateful for him. He's been a dear friend for years. He's a really amazing musician and orchestrator, and it's great working with him. He's just a really sweet person. He's very supportive. He's a real perfectionist, which I appreciate. Because some of these shows, when I first started singing with the orchestra, it wasn't so easy at first, you know, because I'd been singing in front of rock bands, and a lot of you guys might not. I know people think of me as being this like, oh, she sings with an orchestra, but I'm actually like a rock chick.
Yeah, like you look so natural performing with the primals too.
I know, I look so fancy in my dress. No, that's why the primals is kind of fun, because to be honest with you, that's sort of more my true form as an artist. I like to rock, you know. I like unplugged stuff and you know, playing ripped down like just piano and voice or guitar and voice, but I actually have about 6 electric guitars, so hopefully you'll get to see a lot more of that side of me as I share more music with you guys. But yeah, Arnie is amazing to work with, and I've learned so much from him. And when I first started playing with an orchestra, it was tricky, and he really helped me with that. And I was so glad that I studied classical music because it really helped me to really have the chops to be able to do this kind of job, you know. And Nobu is just awesome. I mean, you know, the thing I love about Nobu is that as gifted as he is, because he's such an incredible composer, and I know you guys adore him because I do too, and he's amazing. But one thing that's cool about Naboo is that he's such a lovely guy, and um, he's one of those guys, like he was so supportive of me as an artist too. And he was, any of the songs that we worked on, like I remember when he first sent me Answers, he was like, I really want you to put your artistry into this. Like I want you, like think about how you would do the song and how you would sing it, and any of the stylized things or even some of the melody ideas and stuff. He really wanted me to collaborate, you know, and I really appreciate that, you know, because a lot of composers are very controlling of their work and they want it to be like just like this or not at all kind of thing, you know what I mean? And Nobu wasn't like that with me. He really appreciated what I did as an artist. In fact, he's come to see some of my Susan shows.
Really?
Yep, he's come. It's really funny. I played a gig in LA once, and he was there. He was in the club. I'm like, no, it was awesome. But he's so great, and I so appreciate that about him. He's really he's just a lovely guy, and I really hope we get to work on some more music together because I just think the world of him. And Soken's great too. He's kind of younger, up and coming composer. I've really come to appreciate him a lot in the last couple of years. And just as I've gotten more familiar with his music, he's got a totally different style than Naboo. But what a talented guy! And wow, I'd love to work on something with him. I mean, we haven't done a ton of work together. Like we've worked on the Fan Fest together, and then I did an unplugged record because the piano stuff from the Fan Fest was very popular when we were doing it. So they actually did a record of that stuff, a CD rather. And I worked on that. I sang like 5 songs for that, I think, and that's actually out right now. But I really loved working with Soken. I thought he was really great and, you know, really lovely guy. He's a little bit, and I don't speak any Japanese, so we have a hard time communicating. We really have to, we're always talking through someone. But he's great, you know, he's great. So, and these other questions. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I didn't realize we had other questions. I thought that was...
I know. There's a couple more. It's like, will you perform soon in Houston or Dallas? I hope so. You know, we were in, it wasn't, I guess it's been actually maybe a year or so, or 2 years maybe since we've been in Dallas or Houston. I hope so. Texas is really great. I love playing there. I have a lot of Susan fans in Texas also for some reason, which is great. And so I'd love to be back. So, and then what's my favorite song in general? Wow. That's another hard one.
Wait, didn't we answer that one?
Kinda. Was my favorite song like I think to perform.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I think? I mean, you're gonna laugh at what my favorite song is in general. You know what my favorite song is in general? This is like an old kind of hymn, but it's Amazing Grace. I love that song. I think it's so awesome.
I bet you could sing like that. That would be like a perfect song for you to sing. You need to do like, what is it? I don't know sports balls at all, but it's like, is it baseball? They do like 9th inning or something or is it in the opening, the baseball, they sing it? I don't know.
Well, let me sing the national anthem. They don't sing Amazing Grace. You're so funny.
I don't know sports.
That's the national anthem. You know, the whole hand of the heart. You know.
Yeah. Well, you.
I've done that, but not in a while.
All right,
great.
sorry, I'm way off.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. But no, it's a great, you know, just, I don't know, that song just always gets me. It's such a, you know, it's such a like, I don't know, it's such an old song. I like stuff that's kind of rooted in history, you know, that has some kind of like profound story behind why it was written, and that song does. So it's kind of powerful. So I think that's probably my favorite song of all time. But I mean, there's other stuff I really love, like band. Just to bring something into the modern day here, one of my favorite bands as far as songs is probably U2. I think they write. I think Bono's just an incredible lyricist, and I love his lyrics and what he writes about. And I don't know. His stuff really resonates with me, you know, because there's a lot of like spiritual symbolism and just, I don't know. He has some really profound lines, you know, in his lyrics, and I don't know. it always kind of gets me, which I really like. And I think, and I think that I like too, because
You
the music
kind of broke
sorry?
up there.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, I'll try again. I was saying that I really love the lyrics that Bono writes for U2, because they kind of are so picturesque, and they talk about this kind of struggle and spiritual struggle, and there's so much symbolism. Like, they're very deep lyrics, and it kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy lyrics in a lot of ways, because I think the lyrics from a lot of these songs are very, not all of them, but a lot of them have a lot of symbolism, and
Yeah,
they're
they're
definitely,
deep.
yeah, they're deep. They're very deep, which is really great, So I can relate to that. I'd much rather make a statement with what I'm singing about, rather than sing something flippant that's just kind of like, whatever.
Right.
It just means more, something that's kind of meaningful. So anyway.
Yuki Dog Zombie says hello. She is this. She's a streamer who paints various things in clowns. Like they, it
Cool.
could be it could be whatever, but it'll always be in a clown way. So like she does like a circus theme clown paintings,
Oh,
and
very cool.
they're really adorable and really cool. And
Wow, very cool. You should share it with us sometime.
and I guess Helmet Humper isn't going to ask in Discord because I guess he's like at work or something. But
Okay.
he had a really good question, and even though we're prioritizing Discord, his question I kind of want to ask it too.
Okay.
But before I do that, I want to say, Kiru, thank you so much for the host, and Litra, welcome. I'm so glad you can make it. I told you about Litra, Susan. She was the one who orchestrated the FFBE meetup in Chicago, and
Awesome.
she's the one who's like who's going around and making FFBE meetups uh, and that sort of stuff. And she is like a huge fan of yours, and she's this like sweetheart who cares about everyone. And I think you two would like be really good friends. But hold on 1 second. Where is it? Helmet Humper's question. It was. Where is it? I saw it, and it was a really good question. Well,
I know. I don't see it either. I'm looking where it's in the stream.
yeah, it was like, what is your favorite guilty pleasure? I think. Helmet, if you're still here, ask it again. I want to ask it because it was good. It was a good. Oh, who is your guilty pleasure singer or song? Singer/song.
What does that mean exactly? My guilty pleasure,
Like something.
I wouldn't want anyone to know.
Yeah, exactly. Something that you love that you're like, I shouldn't because it's kind of embarrassing.
Like hokey.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, this is kind of, well, I mean, I shouldn't say this because I actually love this artist because I just know what she's been through. There's a song by Avril Lavigne called "Complicated." It's such a hokey pop hit, but you know what? I love that song. It's just so like, I don't know. There's something like really hooky about the chorus. You guys know what song I'm talking about, don't you?
I don't really know Avril
What is
Lavigne.
to go make things so complicated?
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I know. And now it's going to be
really,
stuck in my head.
Cute,
Thanks.
Yeah, it's one of her first, like, I know, it's one of her first, like, big hits, I love that song, though, but I just, well, she almost died of Lyme disease a couple of years ago. And she wrote, and then she came out with this new single that I actually love, that I really, it's a really well-written song, and it's called Head Above Water. Wow, if you guys haven't checked that out, what a beautiful song. It's so inspirational. I really, really like it. It was really nice. But she almost died, and she wrote that song one night after she really thought that was it. She was really sick, and they didn't think she was going to get better, and she's okay now. But man, she's had a really long road to recovery. It was really ill. They didn't know what was wrong with her, and but it goes to show you it can happen to anybody. No matter how much who you are or where you are in life, and stuff happens.
True.
So anyway. It is a good question.
Yeah, like I had to ask that because like it was so good.
Well, hey, You know what I would love to talk about really quick? Can I talk to the fans about,
Oh,
I want to talk
absolutely.
to you guys about Patreon for a minute.
I posted
Um,
the link in the chat. I'm
yeah,
gonna do it again really quick.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, I want to tell you guys about this, if you can all hear me. I've started something kind of new, and I'd love to hear your feedback about this. It's on Patreon, which is a new platform, and some of you may have heard about it. It's basically a way for artists to kind of start a subscription-based fan club, which what it does here is it just for, again, trying to keep it super cheap and stuff, but it gives as an artist, what it's doing is it's letting me have a chance to really partner with you guys so that I can create this stuff and create music and art for you all the time. And it's kind of, I love the model of it. And that is I've created these different tiers. There's 6 different ones, but there's 2 tiers that I'm really excited about that I want to tell you. One is a $5 tier. So it's like $5 a month, and I do a bunch of exclusive content. I'm actually working on an inspirational book right now that you would be getting through that. Also, you get a song from me every month. I'm going to start pumping out a ton of music for you guys, at least 1 song a month, possibly more. But just for that tier, you get this stuff all delivered to your inbox. Plus, I'm doing a live chat every month that's going to be exclusive to Patreon. There's also a bunch of behind-the-scenes pictures and blogs and things like that I'm only posting on Patreon. So you get a lot of exclusive content from me. And this is a way of kind of supporting me to do that, because all this stuff takes a lot of time and energy and money. And you know what's frustrating about being an artist now, DK, is that we're so in this cold streaming world, which I love streaming and it's awesome. But the thing that's hard about it is that it actually is really expensive to record this music, and to create it
Yeah.
and to mix it and to master it and do all these things you have to do to make it sound good. And so this is a way of kind of helping pay for all that stuff too, so that I can continue to create more music for you guys. And you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, it's a way of like supporting that cause. So that's kind of why a lot of artists are really embracing it. It kind of gives them a way to make a living and do this and support the process and time that's involved in really creating great content, which I really am dedicated to doing, because I know it's what everybody wants from me and I want to do it. So this is a great way to do it. We all win this way, right? So I have that tier. And the other tier that's really interesting is there's so many of my fans. Sorry, are you going to say something?
No, I was just going to talk about the tier I think you're going to talk about right now.
Oh yes. The other tier is it's a little more expensive. I have a tier that's actually a $60 tier, which sounds like a crazy lot of money, but it's really not. And this is why. I am also because a lot of you know that I am a accomplished, studied classical vocalist in addition to being a singer-songwriter. And I've done a lot of coaching off and on in my life. A lot of people will still ask me now to do some vocal coaching, which I do. And I actually do it online. If anybody's ever interested in working with me directly, you can do that. But what I'm also offering is I want to do something where I wanted to have a tier that was basically for people who are up and coming artists or singers who wanted to kind of get their craft together. And so what I'm going to do is do like a monthly workshop where I'm going to teach some things about voice and songwriting and performing. I'm going to talk about the music business and how I got started, share some tips on how to really take your career to the next level. You'll also get assignments. I'll also, for that same price, you also get me to review one of your songs and kind of give you some pointers on how you could improve, whether it's a performance or something that you've written. And you also get all the other things too. You get so you still get all the free music from me, all the exclusive Patreon content and stuff with that. But usually to study privately, studying privately is usually around $120 an hour. So
yeah,
really for
really expensive.
Yeah, so you really for half the price, because I've been looking online at what some of the people are offering these workshops. This is actually really inexpensive. And again, I'm offering it to fans for a discounted rate of $60, just so it's affordable, but they're still getting some kind of one-on-one help. You know what I mean?
Right.
And coaching. So for people who are up and coming artists, it's really, I think, an awesome thing. So, and I have stuff that's a higher tier than that if you want more mentoring time, things like that. There's people that are interested in that. I know there's a lot of people that are struggling with stuff. I've done a lot of life coaching, a lot of career coaching, things like that. So these are all things I'm just trying to make available, because I just want to be available to you guys, to be an inspiration to you, to get to know you better, to be a part of your world, and to also help you achieve everything that you want to accomplish. Because, we all need encouragement. And I'll tell you, in my life, some of the greatest, I've had some just amazing coaches and teachers that have worked with me musically, that have worked with me even one-on-one as like a life coach. And, you know, because I mean, all these things are what it takes is to really accomplish something, you know, because I mean, life is hard, right? And
Right.
sometimes you need to like talk to somebody and need that encouragement, or need someone to kind of just even get another opinion about stuff. And that's something that I wanted to offer as part of it, because I do really care about you guys, and I really do care about my fan base, and I want you guys to accomplish everything that you want to accomplish in life. And even beyond music, if I can help in that way, I just want to make myself available. So maybe it's not for everybody, but for people that would want to do that, I want to allow for it. So there's actually like 6 different options that you can look at and choose from. And if there's something missing in there that you guys see and you're like, oh man, I wish you had this going, or this is really cool, but I have questions about it, I mean, you can contact me. You can let me know. I mean, my email, I think you can contact me through here even, can't you?
Yeah, there's a messaging. Like
Okay.
it's not as obvious as like an email though. So
Right,
I
right.
would I would
Or contact me. Well, you know, the best thing to do is contact me even through like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or even like my website, susancalloway.com. I have a whole, there's like a content, I'm sorry, I can't talk, a contact section in the website. So you can even, you know, send me a message if you have any questions about any of this stuff. Because again, the whole point of Patreon is to create something that is serving you, that is something that gives you guys stuff that you want. And I'm also going to be launching a really awesome store, which I'm not going to talk about too much tonight, but more on that later. But I'm starting a Susan store too that's going to have some really awesome content in it too that I think you guys are going to love. So that's going to be another thing that's going to be part of Patreon, is a chance to get like, you know, free stuff every month. And again, I want the benefits to outweigh, you know, anything else that you'd see out there. So that's kind of my goal. I want it to be really worthwhile. And so talk to me about it and let me know what you think.
Yuki Dog Zombie wants to know if it's okay if she shares your patron around.
Of course, send it to everyone. I'd love for everyone to know about it. Because you know, really what I'm trying to do is create a community with Patreon, you know, where we can have a place where, because there is going to be exclusive chats and stuff on there, and all kinds of surprise stuff too that I haven't even told you about, like just, you know, free tickets to stuff, free passes to meet and greets at some of the Distant Worlds concerts. And I mean, I'm going to throw as much free stuff at you guys as I can by joining. So yeah, because it's really like where I want it to be. Like, this is like the real place for fans to be, is Patreon. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's my.
Alitra and Kira want you to know that they currently signed up for your Patreon. I think, wait, Kiru.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think Kiru said that.
I don't recognize that name. Is she already on Patreon?
Alitra just signed up. Yep.
Oh, awesome.
You were signed up. She is signed up for the Susan's Patreon. The lower tiers are basically the same cost as a Twitch subscription. So like,
yeah, exactly.
They're good. They're cheap and affordable. Like they're not
exactly.
Like, yeah, they're
totally, and that's probably where I expect most people to be. I mean, again, some of the other tiers are more for special stuff, which is, you know, is going to fit some of you guys too. So it just depends on where you're at, what you're going through, and what you're, you know, what you're dealing with. Because I get a ton of emails from you guys asking about music and asking about how to get your career going, and that's why I wanted to offer some stuff where I could really dig in and offer some, you know, some real help with that stuff, you know.
Kiru wants you to know he cried during Dragon Song while battling Nidhogg. Manly tears were shed though.
Wow, manly tears. That's good.
Manly tears, yeah.
All right.
And so
of course.
Before I forget though, we got some giveaways to do.
Oh yeah, we can't forget.
So do you want to do yours first or mine first?
Well, how I know what I'm going to give away. Why don't you do the actual picking of the person? Or,
yeah,
I know
I can do that. Do you want to do yours first?
We can. I was going to give away a autographed Susan CD tonight. It's got 3 songs on it. I don't know if you guys have this yet, but I made a special CD actually for FanFest. It has a Susan song called Time for This on it, and it also has Answers. It has 2 different versions of Answers. One's kind of a pop remix, and one is an artist mix, which is like piano and strings, and I did all the orchestration myself. I had string players play the parts, but I did the orchestration, I did the piano and everything. So you can kind of hear a little more of like who Susan is as an artist on this CD. So it's a 3-song autograph CD. So that is one of the things we're giving away tonight. So
Oh,
there.
I'm jealous of whoever wins this. All
I
right.
know, and I also have a poster, an answers poster.
What?
That's an autograph. Here, I'm going to show it to you. Want to see it? Hold on.
What? Oh, you guys are lucky. I can't enter this. I can't enter my own giveaways.
I know. You can probably hear it. See? It's
Oh,
the autograph,
what?
giant mug of Susanna. Giant mug
Oh,
shot. Giant mug
what?
shot. See?
What? Oh my god, it's awesome.
Poster. They're available in the Susan store. But see, this is the kind of stuff too that I'm going to be giving away on Patreon regularly. You know, like every month I want to be like sending you guys stuff, and I really want to make it like a, you know, a worthwhile little fan club, so that you're like, oh, this is so great.
It's gonna be awesome.
I love being on Patreon, Susan.
Awesome. Yuki's got a point. She pointed out you kind of look like Fang in your poster, and it's awesome. And Fang,
oh yeah,
Fang is one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters of all time. So I'm just saying,
oh awesome.
I love her to death. So
that's awesome.
Do you want to do one of yours first, or do you want me to do mine first?
Let's do one of mine and then yours, and then I'll do mine.
Okay.
Because I have the poster and the CD, and then you have your thing. So.
All right, giveaway.
Oh, are you guys excited to giveaway?
All right. So we'll call this giveaway Susan 1. And the prize. Wait, why can't I change the prize? So are we doing the poster or the CD?
Let's do the CD first.
Okay, so see, and you said it was signed?
Sorry?
You said it was signed, autographed?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we'll do signed CD as a prize. Everyone can enter. Ticket cost one. Wait, no. I think this is like I've only done one other giveaway before, so I'm trying to we'll use a timer. We'll give this 5 minutes before we pick a winner.
All right, we can do that.
So bear with me, everyone, if this is wrong, if I mess up this giveaway somehow. I've only done one other giveaway before. So we won't do a ticket cost, but there is a max. I think. Wait, hold on. Mm-hmm. I need to make sure there is a max. Oh, and we're only going to. You can only win one prize. So like, if you win the CD, you won't be able to win the poster because it's not, you know, like, yeah, everyone should have a chance. We'll make it subscriber and regular have equal chances here. All right.
Awesome.
And must be a follower to join, mind you. So make sure to hit that follow button if you want to enter this giveaway. The giveaway is open. Type !Susan1 to enter the giveaway for the signed CD.
Awesome.
So we'll give that you got 5 minutes to enter in this giveaway, and we'll pick them. I think Chatbot automatically picks a winner in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. We can. It might be really, really tiny for you, Susan, but the timer is right there. Time remaining.
Teeny tiny, like.
You're itty bitty. Like you're streaming from your laptop too, so it's like a really itty bitty screen. Oh, and Malefic Saturn, thank you so much for that follow. You're awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Even though it was kind of forced on you, I appreciate it regardless.
So, it's a forced follow.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of.
We'll do it again.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Yeah, like I mean. You know, I mean, it might have been forced, but maybe it was just a reminder. It could have been a reminder.
Exactly.
So, I also, as well as Susan's giveaway, hold on, I gotta go get it. Give me 1 second. Because it's really big.
I know, I saw the picture of that. It's really big. It's like, It's really cool though.
Oh wait, that's gonna knock over my soda. All right. All right, so I got this Dragon Quest sword. It is a Zenithian Dragon Quest sword. Won it from Tariba for free, actually. It's
Wow.
it's like high quality, really well made plastic toy sword. It's meant for like oh man, I forgot I had the mask thing on. So now wait, hold on. Chiaki, thank you so much for those 500 biddies. How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much. And I forgot about the like there was like a mask thing, but I'll be giving this away later too. And if you're curious, I have an unopened one that I can show off later if you'd like. But this one's going to still be in the box, packaged, taped up, and all that. So you can win that later. Right now, Chiaki, if you want, you can enter in a giveaway that ends in 2 minutes for a signed Susan CD. We're going to be giving away a signed Susan poster of answers later too. And you can only enter in one giveaway though. Or, I mean, if you won, you can only...
If you win, yeah.
Yeah, like, you can only win one prize tonight. So, yeah,
That's funny.
I actually won it from Tariba, Chiaki. Like, I actually got 3 of them from Tariba. The claw machine prize thing. I won 3 of them. One of them is currently being shipped. And the thing of it is I won them for free, Chiaki. They were like one thing away from falling. I just had the claw come down and knock them down. They were so crazy easy to win. So it was just like, all right, they're easy to win. I'll just grab them. So, and thank you.
That's funny.
Also,
hey, DBK. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if you guys want to ask any more questions to Susan, feel free to ask in the Discord. Discord is easier to keep an eye on and notice and moderate. So if you guys have any more questions.
I see a couple in the other chat. Can I answer them?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, there's 2 in here that I saw, you guys. Like, let me make sure I see this. Where did it go?
Also, Malefic would like you to know.
What is your thing about, it's Yuki, what is your favorite thing about the Final Fantasy games? And I'm sorry if someone asked this already. Well, no, actually, no one asked me about my favorite thing about it. You know what I think that my favorite thing about Final Fantasy games is the community. I love that it's built this community around, like, I don't know, like so many of the Final Fantasy players are all friends with each other, and you guys have embraced me so much and wanted, and kind of just let me be a part of this community with you. And I think that's really a cool thing when something can bring people together like that. I think that's really awesome. So I'm really honored to be a part of that. And can you hear my dog in the background?
That's Gracie,
that's
right?
Gracie.
Yeah.
It is. It's Gracie. She's frustrated. I locked her out.
Oh no, puppy.
Well, she's just loud. I've been ignoring her all day because I've been working, and she's like, "Come on, Mom."
Okay.
Anyway.
So.
But that's my favorite thing about it. And then someone else has something too. Let me grab this one really quick. Someone talked about Chasing the Sun down here. Chasing the Sun is off of my first EP that I put out a while back. It's been probably 6 or 7 years, but I'm so glad you love that song. I've thought about remakes of some of that stuff, but I will tell you this: if you like that CD and you like that song, I've got a lot of new music to share with you. So, in fact, if you join Patreon and the $5 tier, you're going to get a free song from me every month. It's all going to be new stuff. In fact, there's a new song being mixed today that's going to be mastered Monday, and it is going to be out in the next 3 weeks. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a surprise, but I'm so excited about it. I think you guys are going to love it. I'm really proud of it. And we've got a bunch of stuff like, in the works right now. Some of it is my original stuff. Some of it is going to be some Final Fantasy remake stuff. So it's Final Fantasy songs done kind of with a little Susan twist. So that is the best way to get that stuff and to support me in this process and kind of partner with me on this is to join Patreon, and I will send you all this music for joining. So, yay!
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Malefic wanted you to know that Chasing the Sun is their speed
I
It's
know,
my
I saw
speeding
that.
down the highway music. Run, baby,
I know,
run.
I love that. Just don't get a ticket and blame it on me.
I I love chasing the sun too.
Thank you. I'm glad.
So entries for the giveaway have stopped. Um,
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did you want to
I
say
was going
something?
to say something. I was going to ask everybody a question about that. For those of you chasing the sun, I'm just curious. Do you like the CD version with the band, or do you like the version with me and the piano? Like, do you have a favorite way to hear that? Does anyone want to feel that? Anyone out there? See, I'm asking you a question now.
Personally, I really like the piano version. Like
Do you?
I
Okay.
love the video.
I know it's hard to play and sing that one. It's kind of a rare.
um. So like really quick, um, we
Cookie
should
greasy.
we should pick a winner
Oh, the
here.
CD version. Both.
Both.
Well, see, you can have both. You don't have to choose. See.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
Belle,
it's
you know she hasn't played Final Fantasy 14 yet, right? Like Belle keeps asking you questions about like specific mechanics in Final Fantasy 14, but you haven't played it yet.
I know. We might have to wait till next time to do that. I don't think we quite. I'm still not all the way downloading. You know, snafu, you guys. I know that I definitely want to play Final Fantasy 14 like for the first time live for you guys because I know it's going to be really entertaining for you and you're going to laugh at me and that's okay because I love you. I trust you guys. You're my friends. So, you know, you're not going to like throw me under the bus. But we might not be able to get to that tonight because I had trouble. I have a Mac and I didn't get it downloaded correctly and stuff. So it still has to sort of download and, you know.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
it's still got like quite a bit of time to go. I've been kind of watching it in the background here, but I don't know if we're going to get to that tonight. But hey, it's an excuse for us to come back next week or something.
dude, that'd be awesome. Like we
hanging out with the stews.
We spent last night making you a character. Well, we tried to make it as close to looking like you as possible, but
It's
like
so fun.
with the trial version, you're only allowed like the initial races, so no Vieira, no Aura, and yeah, so like the closest race that had the closest hair to yours was the Makote, which is the kitty race. But their eyes are so huge, and like it was so hard to like make this character look like you because there was only 4 options for eyes and like 6 for mouth, and it was just like, come on, man.
That's
Like,
funny.
so
Well,
we
it doesn't
tried.
have to look like me. I mean, you know.
We tried.
Thank you. I appreciate the gesture.
So it is time to pick a winner. Let's see who
Yay!
won the signed CD here. Chiaki Aki, you have
Wow.
won the signed CD, which is
Oh,
actually
sweet.
really funny. Like I just want you to like Susan. You saw me pick the winner. This isn't like you saw me
did.
just
It's
randomly pick
And we're
a
going to
winner.
need your address so we can mail it to you. So make sure
Um,
we got to grab that from you.
I actually have Chiaki's address already. I
You
think
do? Okay.
because
Rig.
I won a prize from her stream not too like a little while ago. They were these adorable Moogles dressed as a white mage and a black mage. So
Oh,
like,
that's awesome.
and they are adorable. I still have them in the packaging too because my place is really dusty. Like it's really dusty really quickly, so I keep like really important things still in packaging. So, uh, wait, yeah, like and Chiaki always does giveaways too, so it's nice to
Awesome.
give away something that Chiaki
All right.
back.
Well, let's give away the other stuff.
Well, she wants you to know though, she lives in Australia though. Would you be able to?
Yeah, I can still send it if it's on Australia.
All right, so there you go, Chiaki.
Awesome.
All right, so should we do the sword next, or?
Sure. Yeah, do the sword.
Okay, so hold on a sec. Let me go. Actually, before we do this, I kind of actually have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna BRB, and you can talk. You can talk to chat by yourself for like a couple of minutes.
All right, that's totally fine.
All right, so I will be right back.
All right. See, this is where you have to put a commercial. We need a commercial break. It's so funny.
I
It's
could
awesome.
actually do that, but I don't know how to set it up yet.
Oh,
So,
no, it's okay. It's okay. I can be the commercial.
all right, I will be right back.
Awesome. All right, cool. Well, hey, I'm just wondering why GBK is gone, and I'm fielding the phone here. I am wondering if you guys could pick any song that you would like to hear me sing, and you'd like me to release it like as a single. What would it be? Talk to me in the chat because I can see it. Susan's starting a Twitch channel, private solo concerts. Oh, that's DBK. Any thoughts on that? What song? I'm asking. What song? Like Final Fantasy song? Maybe it's another song. Are you thinking? Like a cover? It could be a cover, or it could be one of my songs, or it could be a Final Fantasy song. I'm just curious because I kind of do all that stuff. So I know, hard question, right? Well, I'm really excited for you guys to hear this new single. We've been working. It's got a really cool vibe to it, and I think it's gonna be great. So, and again, Susan Calloway, 1,000 words. You know, 1,000 words is really cool. I know something from Shadowbringers would be cool too. One thing that we've been working on too is possibly a new kind of tour that would involve doing like an unplugged kind of thing where it would be like me singing with the piano and guitar and doing stuff like that, but maybe doing like fantasy songs in that kind of setting, plus maybe some of my original stuff. Does that sound like that's something you guys would want to see? You think? Be cool? I think it'd be kind of cool. So, but at the very least, I'm going to be doing some streaming like that. So maybe we can hear some live Susan concerts that I'm kind of doing like that right from my house, if you guys would like. Might be kind of cool. One more soul for the call. That's awesome. Phantom of the Opera. I know, that's cool. And Eyes on Me. I know, Eyes on Me is beautiful. That's like one of, and I think I'd really like to do a version of that. There's no Susan version of that out currently either. So it would be time for that. It would be useful for us to put that up. So yay, so live Susan concert. So you guys think that is something you tune into, huh? Like the live stream? Would that be cool? Yes? I'm getting a lot of yeses, so I'm hoping that's yes. Yes. Cool. Well, hopefully I will plan something like that very soon. Just so I can have room for everybody in the stream. And I want it to sonically sound good, so it's been a little bit tricky to find out kind of what platform will perform at that the best. I think Stage It is one that I've been looking into, but I don't know. We might even be able to do something right here in Discord. I think it's possible. Dreams. I'm not familiar with that one. Mario and Draco. That would be cool. Bloody Tears. I like that idea too. Well, you know what? Thank you for following me. I so appreciate it. Yay for following me on Twitch. And thank you for those of you who have signed up for Patreon. I appreciate that. I don't know how many Patreon people are out there. We are going to be doing some exclusive chats on Patreon for just Patreon people. So I'm hoping that you will join us for that also. So that'll be cool.
Whoops, I'm back.
I think you're back. That's awesome.
I'm back with gravity, apparently. So
okay, you're gonna laugh if I answer this question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
The first video game I ever played was like, it was a game from like the 80s, and it was called Centipede.
Oh man, Centipede.
I know, crazy, right?
Centipede and Asteroids were my jams. And
wow.
Like I had an Atari 2600 as a kid, so those were my jams. And
yeah, that's cool.
I still have my ColecoVision too, which
that's cool.
So this is
maybe we should do something with, here's an idea for Patreon, you guys, is maybe one of the things could be like, you guys pick a song that you want me to do. That could be kind of interesting. Like the fans pick a song, like they just get to pick one month, like what should the song be, and I would record it and give it to them. Would that be
Oh,
kind of?
yeah, that would be rad. Like being able to like pick the song that you perform, like
Thank you, Oha Shabi. What a wonderful compliment. Sorry, I'm just reading there.
oh no, it's alright. So this is the sword that we're giving away. That I'm giving away on stream here. It's a toy plastic sword, but the quality is really nice. If I don't drop it and break it, this is so the one that I will be giving away is still packaged though. So
Awesome.
there it goes. Gravity is not my friend today. All right, I'm gonna stay. All right, so the one that I'm gonna be giving away is this guy. It's still packaged in the box.
Awesome.
But there is a little snag with this giveaway though, is because it's so big. Even though it's light, it's big. So and I've never done like a physical prize giveaway before, so I don't know how shipping out of country will be. So if you enter and you live out of country, just know that you're kind of entering at your own risk. I'm not sure if I can do it or not. I don't know how it works. I've never done it before. So if you live out of... I gotta turn my mic up? Okay. Let me know if it's too quiet or too loud. I accidentally bumped it the other night, so I don't... But anyways, so if you enter into this giveaway and you do live out of country, we'll make an exception. So you can enter in the giveaway for the poster as well, because like I feel like entering for the sword and you live out of country and I can't ship it, it would be like unfair for you to not also enter in for the poster, you know? So if you live out of country and you enter in for the sword giveaway, just know that you're entering at your own risk, and you can also enter in for the poster. I'm gonna do my best.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so this is going to be for the sword, I think. Wait, no, wait, no, ignore that. We're not giving out another CD, sorry. We want to reset. This will be for exclamation point sword.
Awesome.
And we'll be doing DQ toy sword. And we'll keep it exactly as before. And open giveaway. So type exclamation point sword if you would like to enter in the giveaway for this Dragon Quest toy sword. Again, you got 5 minutes to do so. So make sure you get in there if you want this really awesome looking sword. Like, it's actually like this is actually really cool. Like look at it. It's got like really detailed, like it's like really in there, and like a little spell incantation, and
it's just in time for Halloween.
Yeah, and it's specifically made for cosplayers. Like it's
right. You can bring it to the next Distant Worlds or
like
Susan Calloway concert. How about that?
And wave it around like a wave stick, like a glow stick wave stick thing. In fact, you could probably like stick one at the top of it, like glue it at the tip, and just wave it around so Susan can see your glow stick above all the others. But
that's funny.
And Belle, you still owe me a Sora figure. I don't think you want to enter this giveaway because you still owe me a prize. Anyways, so so
I'm not a big Halloween person either, Yuki.
all right, so
can I answer another question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about my dog barking there. So
Crazy.
yes, Kura, you asked a question about lukewarm water helping vocals. It does. You know, it's actually anything like, especially when your voice is irritated, the more you can just kind of keep it really chill, whatever you're drinking, like stuff that's more like warm is better than extreme temperatures, like super cold or super hot.
So like, what about like honey? Does honey actually help?
Honey is amazing for your voice. I'm gonna quiet my puppy here. I'm gonna bring the laptop with me. You guys can
puppy.
still... Gracie, no. You want to say hi to everyone? I don't think so. See?
She's just like, okay, you noticed me. I'm going.
I know. She's very funny. The more you can just kind of, but yeah, the best for your voice is just a lot of rest, and lots of just liquids, like stay really hydrated. Being dehydrated, well, that's one thing that's hard about traveling is I get so dehydrated just with being on planes and stuff, and it's can be challenging, So it's very, very good to stay hydrated. No. You want to say hi to everyone? But lukewarm is very good.
Yuki wants to see Puppy.
Can you hear me? Sorry?
Yuki wants to see Puppy.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Let's see, Yuki. Hold on. See if I can make this happen. All right, you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I actually have two.
Puppy.
This is crazy. Okay, now she's pulling away from me. Come here, silly. Come here. Do you see her?
Oh, Puppy.
Gracie's only 2. So she's kind of crazy.
But adorable.
Kind of crazy, but I love her. And then I have another dog, Sam, who's 8. And you guys want to hear something really crazy. When I was at the last Distant Worlds concerts we did in September, we were I think it was actually in Chicago. We did 3 in a row. There was like Phoenix and Seattle and Chicago. And when I was in Chicago, Sam was really sick and we didn't know what was wrong with him. And he had to have surgery on his tummy because like something was going on. It was such a drag. I don't know why this is, you can hear it all of a sudden. I muted it. Anyway.
It unmutes itself for me too. Every now and again it's weird. Twitch is like generally weird though.
It's kind of funny. Anyway, but I was like so nervous and here I am. I'm right about to go on stage and basically my dog's in surgery and I'm just like, whoa! So, but he's okay. And you know what we found out's wrong with him? Sure, because they went in and we were expecting to find that he'd eaten a toy or something because labs are always eating things they shouldn't eat.
Right.
And it turned out he had IBS. Isn't that crazy? Like who knew dogs could get IBS? So now he's on medication. I know, irritable bowel syndrome.
Like wow, like weird.
The dog version. Okay.
Yeah, the dog version.
Yeah, so he's on this special stuff, and it's just like so crazy. I know. Thank you.
Like you, like when I saw you, Chicago, you looked really tired, like really, and I'm guessing that was it because you were like really worried about.
I was really worried.
Like I didn't know anything.
I know it was stressful, because it was like between that and like. Well, and plus we'd been traveling. It was just like Seattle, and then, we did a Phoenix show, and then we flew to Seattle and did 2 shows, and then flew to Chicago and did 2 shows. So
and then
was
you
like,
had to go to. You went like 2 days later or something. You went to Tokyo again.
I was home for 2 days. I had to go to Tokyo to do 4 shows,
and then Korea.
Then I was home for a week, which didn't even seem like it because like the jet lag, and I have to go back into that 14-hour time change again. So it was like. And then back to Korea and did the fan fest there. So I mean, it was, man, guys, I loved it. It was awesome. And then even this week, I've been a little bit like kind of fighting something. I'm trying to like take all my like anti-immune, things and protein drinks and all these vitamins and stuff to try to feel better. So, but it's okay. I feel better. So it's just
I'm glad to hear it.
It takes a minute. You need to like recover. So.
Yeah. Like, it's probably just from the recoil from last month. Like you're actually you're back at home and like not flying around and doing all this stuff constantly, and your body's like, wait a minute, what is this? I don't like it.
The time people have no idea. The time zone thing is so hard. It really is, and I love that I get to travel like this. I feel blessed, so I hate to ever complain about it because I feel so grateful in my heart to be able to do this stuff, and it's awesome, and I love it. But the time zone thing is very hard, and it's especially Japan is tough because it's just such a long journey, and 14 hours is a big change, and it's just hard on your body physically, because you can't just go there and like I usually feel okay the first couple days. It's actually the 3rd and 4th day that I really start feeling like whoa. you know, like you just start feeling kind of nauseous, and there's just a lot of stuff you're dealing with physically to try to really, you know, to be able to feel good to perform. You don't want to feel like that when you're going on stage in front of a bunch of people. You know, you want to be able to feel your best, you know, and to feel rested and clear and all that. So that's kind of the challenge. But I mean, I think I'm getting used to it a little bit. Yeah, not meeting people with germs. That's funny. Comment. But you guys, thanks for all the sweet comments too. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys like Gracie, and yes, you can call me Susan. You don't have to call me Susan Calloway. But yeah, no, and I will take care of myself. I'm trying hard to do that, and you know, and that's where balance comes in with all this, and that's why for me, my next step in my career, in addition to continuing to tour with Distant Worlds and help with Final Fantasy anytime I can, my next step is really develop. I'm really focused on developing this fan base, and develop this fan experience with Patreon. You know, a place where we can really like, I can make music for you guys, and I can do some online stuff, and it doesn't involve necessarily getting on a plane. You know, it's stuff I can do here in my home studio, and I'm looking forward to just letting you guys be a part of that more, where I can even let you experience what it's like to be in the studio. I'd like to do some streams from the studio, and you can kind of see recording and what's involved and all that stuff. So again, that's kind of, I love sharing that stuff, and it's actually a little easier on me physically to do that too, because I don't have to get on a plane. I can do it here.
Like instead of a 14-hour jet lag,
Exactly.
like you can just, you know, whatever, 30 minutes, I'll do it, whatever.
Right, exactly.
Like
do we have a winner? Do we have a winner for this order?
I was yeah, I was just about to pick it. But
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, I thought the 1 hour difference going to Chicago was bad. I couldn't even imagine being like 14 hours going to Japan. All right, let's pick this winner. All right, Susan, you're my witness. I'm just pushing the button, pick winner. It's completely random. We don't know who it's gonna be, and it is. Wait, why isn't it? Oh, it's Yuki. Yuki, you won the sword. Congratulations, Yuki. And Yuki lives in the States, so I can ship it to her.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that worked out well.
Yeah. Like,
cool.
Congratulations, Yuki. You're still here, right? Like, I'm pretty sure she's here. She's probably just lurking.
I know, is she?
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure she's here.
Yeah.
Like, there she is. Okay. There she is. Yep. You get to.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna be shipping this to you soon. It might have to wait until next month though, but or at the beginning of the month. I'm sorry, but I will keep you updated on that. You'll have to give me your address so I can ship it to you, and I can't wait for you to get it because it's really awesome. I hang mine up underneath the Fan Festa poster that everyone said. Oh, you know what, Susan? I don't think I showed you this. Right, like right there. Wait, yeah, like that poster right there in the frame.
Okay.
That was a poster that everyone at Fan Festa, FFBE Fan Festa last year in December signed for me. Like, Cooley made these sprites and of everyone that was there, and Helmet Humper, who is currently working and lurking in chat, he had everyone sign their sprites and stuff, and Elytra, if she's still here, she signed it, and some of the developers signed it, and the like everyone at FanFest has signed it for me, just like specifically for me, and it was like mind blowing and amazing, and that's why I love the FFBE community. Like, they pull together and they
right, awesome.
But all right, so we got. Sorry, I kind of.
I just answered. Oh no, that's awesome. I just answered another question. Someone asked, and I think it'd probably be Ed Sheeran or Bono, because I love both those artists a lot.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So
let's do the CD one too, because I can't probably be on too much longer.
No, so we already did the CD.
Oh, the CD, the poster.
That's what I mean. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll do exclamation point poster, and this one's also signed too, right? So signed.
Yes, it is. Of course.
Poster.
Dun, 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 dun.
All
The
right.
poster.
So we will be opening this for 5 minutes in 3, 2, 1. Open giveaway. So just type exclamation point poster. Belle's like, I need that. No one else enter. Exclamation point
That's so
poster
funny.
for the signed poster.
Well, say join Patreon and you get the poster.
Yeah, there you go, Belle.
It'll be a merch item.
Yeah, there you go.
Come on.
So
I didn't say that. Doesn't say that on Patreon, but I'm gonna have lots of stuff that's not even said in there. So, ha, surprise! 'Cause I love surprise.
So I actually have a personal question. Not
Sure.
not like personal for you, personal for
Right.
like from me.
You.
Like yeah. So and like I feel like I bumped my mic there. So I feel like I've asked this before, but either you didn't have the time to like answer, or like you did answer and I forgot, or something. Like something
Don't worry
happened.
about it.
So, and this is like a really good question for like a Q&A. I think I might be biased because it's my question, but whatever.
Okay. Well, shoot away.
So, how did you come across like working with Nobu Uematsu and Arnie Roth and everyone in the Final Fantasy Distant Worlds world? Like, did you work with Arnie Roth before? How did Nobu Uematsu? How did you come across him? How did you guys meet, etc., etc.?
Well, I can tell you the answer to that. Are you there?
Yep.
I'm getting a delay.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
a
little bit of a delay, but
yeah, no problem. Here, I'm gonna just take a sip of water here. I know I'm still kind of fighting my little bug or whatever. See, this is great because I don't have to infect anyone. If you were in person, I'd be afraid of breathing. No, I knew Arnie actually for a while. I had done some recording sessions for him because he did a lot of commercials and he did all kinds of things in Chicago. He was working on, I mean, he's worked with orchestras for years, but he also did a lot of arranging and recording for different projects. And he hired me for some different things, and he was aware of me. And I think when he first started working with Naboo, they were going to do an audio CD of music from distant worlds, and they were looking for, Naboo really wanted to find like more of an American pop style singer. That was something he was wanting for this particular project. And Arnie knew about me, and he said, well, let's hire Susan Calloway. And so they sent me this music, and I did it, and the fans responded really well to the CD. There was just a lot of really good response, and Square Enix really liked it, and Naboo really liked it, and from there we just kind of developed the relationship. And it was right around the time I think Distant Worlds had just started and was just doing some small shows. And there was a show that we did. It was actually in Michigan, where I live, and they were doing a show just a couple hours from me, and they were like, hey, would you want to sing a couple of the songs? And so I did. And again, it's just kind of grew from there. It really started, we got a great response from fans and from Square Enix, and then that just kind of grew, and people more and more wanted me to be at the concerts, and it was more and more like requested by fans, that I'd be there. And so I was doing more and more shows. And then with Naboo, he just really started really loving my voice. He came to a show and heard me and was like, I just, love her voice. And then right around that time, Final Fantasy XIV had just started. And he was, of course, as we all know, asked to do the theme song for Final Fantasy XIV, and he wanted me to sing it. And that's kind of was our first real, like, we dug in and, started our relationship really at that point. But that's kind of how it sort of evolved, and I'm really, I feel very grateful. I was definitely in the right to happen. And it's also a really important lesson in life about how you should always do your best, because how I even met, I'm so sorry, I'm getting interrupted from Gracie. No, stop it, Gracie. You're being rude right now. Mommy's talking. Stop. Okay, anyway. No, I feel really blessed because, if I had never, the reason I even met Arnie was actually a company I did a lot of work for in Chicago, and they just knew of my reputation as a singer. They knew I was, did a good job, that I was reliable, consistent, things like that, and it goes to show you that your work ethic and things like that, it all plays into your reputation, that you never know what opportunities could come out of you just doing a good job. And it's a really, I always tell up and coming artists, and even just anyone who's in any, any kind of job that you're doing, it doesn't have to be music, how important it is to do your best, because you just don't know the people you're meeting right now, what they might end up doing, and even if it's something that isn't like maybe it's not your dream job right now, do a good job, because you don't know who might notice even just your work ethic and the heart and soul you put into your work, and being on time and just doing your best, not doing like a half-assed job at stuff, and that's so important in life, because if I had approached my other work that way, I would have never ended up in this position. It was because I always did my best, and I had such a good reputation that someone thought of me to even meet Arnie. I met Arnie through another person that knew of me from this other studio that I used to do some work at, as a singer. And it was stuff that, was just silly stuff, whatever. And so, I mean, it's a very good lesson of that, and now look what happened, who would have thought I'd get so involved in this game, and I'm traveling over the world, and that all happened because I did a good job when no one was looking, and when I didn't think it mattered, and nobody maybe even paid attention or whatever, you know what I mean? Because you just don't know who's really going to notice and how it could help you, So, I mean, that's my inspiration for the evening. So no matter where you are right now, you guys, just do your best all the time, because it does matter, and you never know. You just don't know. If someone had told me, this is what I'd be doing, I would have been like, what? Are you
Like that is so awesome. Like I knew about that show in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, what was it, like 2006, something like that, like 2000.
Yeah, I think
Like,
so. It was a while ago.
Yeah, and I wanted to go so bad. But I wasn't able to make it, and you, we need to get Distant Worlds back to Michigan. Like,
I know. We totally do. I've talked to Arnie
once.
about that.
Like
I know,
one time. Like, come
he said
on.
they just. I know. Well, it's a little bit. I think one of it, the DSO, the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, was on strike for a while, so I think that sort of influenced things.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But they're not now, so there's not an excuse now. So hopefully in the future, I'm pulling for that. So, and obviously I live here, so.
Right.
But either way, even if it's not Distant Worlds, like I said, I'm really excited about. There's just some new things brewing that I can't really talk about yet, but there's going to be some new kind of exciting things to tell you guys about. So stay tuned for that. And again, I so appreciate everyone's support. I also want to say that tonight too, because I know we're going to be wrapping up soon here. I'm so appreciative to all you guys for coming and hanging out with me online, and DeadBurgerKing and DBK. You're awesome. I'm so thrilled that you had me on your show, and everyone make sure you follow DBK if you don't already, because he's awesome and good heart too, kind, and we need more people in the world like you. So definitely you guys got to check him out and check out his streams. I know you're a great player also. So see, I can't say that. I sing, but I don't play.
You're going to make all that compliment go to my head. You're going to swell up.
I know. Well, I'll keep you humble. Don't. But anyway, but I want to thank you guys, because, really, this is all about you and trying to, I love sharing my talents with you, whatever they are. We all have something that we do, and this is just what I do, and it doesn't make me better or more special than anybody. I just happen to be a musician, and I love singing. I love writing music, and I love sharing it with you guys. And I just invite you to join me really on Patreon, because I'm excited about it. It's just beginning. And again, if you look there and you're like, I'm not sure about this, or you have any questions, just give me a shout. I want to hear from you. And if there's something you'd like to see there that you don't see, that you really would like, let me know, because this is really all about you. It's me trying to create something that you will like, that you will enjoy, that you will want to be a part of. And, so you got to talk to me for that to happen. So don't be afraid to talk to me about it, because I want you to love it. I want you to be into it. So there you go.
So two things really quick. Lou Dog says hi. He wanted to say hi. Lou Dog's a staple in the FFBE community. He's a good guy. And also, we have to pick a winner for the poster. The entries have ended. I can talk English, really. So now it's time to pick a winner. And here we go. Winner of the poster is... Oh, snap! Look who the winner is! Look who the winner is!
Kuru
Akura 23 won the poster.
Wow.
So,
awesome.
Congrats, dude! That is so awesome. Like, Kira is like a huge
I
fan
know.
of yours, and he loved you to
Awesome.
death. So, like, this is a
Yay!
nice little surprise for him. This
That's awesome. All
uh,
right. And do you have his Kuru, do we have your address? I
I
mean, you don't have to put it in the chat because I know it's like
no, no,
public, but
Kuru, if you want,
yeah.
Susan is in the Discord, so just go ahead and send her a message and send her your address and I think yeah, I think Kuru lives in the Philippines, right?
Okay.
So oh, and wait, who won the CD earlier? That was
Okay.
wait. Oh, that was Chiaki. That was you. So, make sure you send Susan a message on Discord. I think
Uh,
you're in our Discord.
Chiaki.
Um,
Chiaki, I think.
yeah, Chiaki Aki. Like you, if you're still
Yeah, I
here,
think I wrote it down.
make sure that you send Susan a message with your address and give her your address so she can send you that CD. And Yuki, get a hold of me
Oh,
later.
Kuro's a dude. Do that. Sorry. I can't tell because it's like.
Yeah, Kuro's
Sorry, Kuru.
So yeah, Yuki, get to me later about that, and Chiaki, message Susan on Discord with your address, wait, does it have to be Discord, or can she message you on Twitter or email? What do you prefer, Susan, for the winners to message you?
Yeah, they can message me. Well, you know, why don't they could message me on Discord. That's totally fine because I'm trying to get used to using the platform, so it'll be a good discipline for me to find it. I see. Messages are, yeah, they can totally message me here.
Okay,
Because
cool.
you and I can talk about that. You can tell me how to do it, if there's, I'm looking down here.
Yeah, so we got to get your Discord started for your Twitch too, for when you start
Right.
No, there's not a Susan server yet. We're going to get to that though.
Yeah.
This weekend? We're gonna.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Susan will have a server sometime this weekend for
Yes.
her stream. She's going to start streaming in case some of you guys in chat weren't here earlier. Susan's going to be doing live streams herself, doing private solo concerts, and I can post the link in chat again. Make sure you guys click that link that's about to appear, and
so I'm glad you guys
follow button.
And I'm glad you guys like that idea because it's something that, you know, I definitely wanted to ask the community about to see how everybody was feeling about it. Because, you know, it seems like it'd be kind of fun. I just have to make sure it sounds good. That's my thing. I want to make sure it really sounds good. So, you know.
Oh,
you guys
right.
like
Well, we'll have to figure that out because, like, right now, like, it would be mono. Like, in order for you to send out music in stereo and sounding good, you would have to like hook it up as you would a stereo, basically, and then send it.
Well, that's actually how I would probably do a live concert, though. DBKs, I'd probably use a platform called Stage It, and they're kind of set up for that, and that's all they do, streaming concerts. Yeah.
Well,
so I mean, I probably wouldn't like. I mean, I maybe could do a little bit of singing on, you know, Discords and chats, but for a whole concert, I would want it to really sound good for everybody, and you know.
So. Right. Well, that I don't know anything about, so I'm pretty sure you probably have that all sorted out though. So like we will be working on a Susan server for Discord this weekend.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh, Archaic Werewolf, thank you so much for that sub. How are you doing tonight, man? And thank you again for that sub. Do you have any questions for Susan before she leaves? So, like, we're going, wait, I don't want to, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. I don't want to be presumptuous here. or like make you feel obligated. But are we going to be able to do this again soon for Final Fantasy 14? Because we got that character for you, but you gotta get going. So, when would like do you have an idea of when we can do this again, or is this like
Are you asking me?
yeah like
Oh no, I'd love to do it again. We definitely will do it again. I'm not exactly sure, but we could do it very soon. So this was really fun, and I really enjoyed like with you guys. So would you guys all come back and hang out with us again? We'll try to do some new things every time. So it's exciting for me.
yeah, and this also gives you like you're looking.
I hope I'll be at the fan fest.
Like
to answer that.
you can see my desktop, so you can see like how I run things with Streamlabs OBS and how I run with Chatbot, how I got the chat open while looking at the layout of the stream. So like this is kind of like an opportunity for you to learn how to do your stream. Although like if you have a PC and your laptop, you can do the same thing that I'm doing. I got like the laptop running the stream on the side, so that way if I go into if I like hold on, I'll show you. For example, if I were to have a game running full screen and I can't see chat, I'd have the laptop here on the side with chat and running the stream. So like that's what you can do too if you like can't keep an eye.
Cool.
But
that's
also,
cool. There's so many options now.
Yeah,
cool. Well,
so
you and I can figure that out. So
yeah,
no, that's cool.
And
cool.
we do this again, and we play. We actually play Final Fantasy 14 next time. You can see.
Yeah, we still have to do that for sure.
Yes.
So if you guys want, we will definitely do that because that's something only we can do together. So
yeah, exactly. And everyone can jump in and play.
That'll be next time.
So and you can also see how I run things with the full screen app going, and you know, you can see how my screen looks, so you can learn what to do when you got a full screen thing going and but still streaming.
And you know one thing I want to tell everyone too before we kind of end for tonight. I also wanted to encourage you guys to know I've talked about Patreon, but you know I also got all the information that you would ever want. I sent it out. I've been sending them out more lately. They're being sent out like.
Sorry, you got cut out there. Your newsletter. Okay. We're talking about your newsletter.
Yeah, my newsletter. My newsletter is completely free. You can sign up anywhere really. You can sign up for it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, on my website, and it's free. And I send out newsletter. It just tells you everything that's going on. You can find out where I'm playing, any new thing that's happening. It has all the Patreon information too, so you can kind of, as you're kind of reflecting on that and thinking like, would I like to join? I don't know, but it has all that information. If I'm doing a chat, that information is going to come out. If I'm with, live on Twitch here with DeadBurgerKing, that information goes out in the newsletter. So you get like these little blasts. You sort of know what's up, and distant world shows are on there. FanFest information is on there. So that's another thing to think about, is to maybe join that. So just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I've been following your newsletter for a while. And I saw you sent out the flyer for the stream, and I was like so humbled by that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Like I wasn't like I wasn't expecting it, and mind you, I was having a pretty rough day that day, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's awesome, and immediate change in my day.
That's awesome.
And
I'm so glad.
Archaic, thank you so much for those videos, man. Thank you so much. So I don't know if Archaic had a question for you. He subbed and he gave bits, but I still don't know if he has a question for you. And Electra wants you to know that she's already subscribed.
Yeah, I see that. That's awesome. Yeah, some of you guys might already be on it, so but just like a reminder, because I know there might be some newer people joining us, just to let you know, to keep in touch. So.
Everyone should be subscribed to that newsletter. Go subscribe now. Anyways, So, um,
Awesome, you guys.
what? And Flip jumping in here with a 400 biddy cheer. What? And wait, I got an emote. Thank you, Flip. And Flip just unlocked an emote for me. I'm gonna thank him. So, Flip Method is another staple in the FFBE community. He does streams where he challenges really tough trials, like really hard trials that have come out with this really low tier character. It just happened. Like, I don't mean that as an insult, Flip. I know he's your favorite character, but he is a low tier character, really a really weak character compared in contrast to like other characters that have come out. He'll go in with this character called Medias, which is a 3-star character versus like the current 7-star meta. He'll go in there with 3-star character Medias, a whole team of Medias, and beat trials. And he has his way of just like figuring out how to beat this tough trial with these like really weak characters. And he does this every Monday. It's called Medias Mondays, and it's really interesting, really fun to watch. So I just wanted
That's funny.
no, I mean, technically speaking, Kiru, like,
Don't drag me into it. I already know what you're talking about.
Kira's just like weak character. No, he conquered the Iron Giant. I'm just like, well, I mean, technically, mechanically, game-wise speaking, like compared to 7 stars. But anyways, sorry.
It's all right.
But
no, DBK, are you going to continue streaming right now?
I think I am. I mean, I think I'm going to for a little bit.
Cool.
I gotta check out the Final Fantasy XIV Halloween event. I am so excited for the Halloween event. There's a new mount. It's a new mount with like an Ahriman. Like it has it's the giant monster with an eye that has wings. Like that's what the Ahriman is. And which like I actually have this really terrible joke about an Ahriman, and this mount complements that joke and makes it great, which is I just flew in from wherever, I can't think of wherever, but I just flew in from this place, and boy is my Ahriman tired. Like it was some like I made this video for a Final Fantasy XIV contest where this character is like telling terrible jokes as like and failing as a stand-up comedian, and that was one of the jokes he told, which was like, I flew into Eorzea and boy is my Ahriman tired, and you hear the crowd just being like, boo, get off the stage. So like that the Ahriman joke or the Ahriman mount makes me really happy.
Is it something that you play? DBK, is it something you use in game? Gameplay?
Like it carries you around. Like you can fly in certain maps riding this mount. You can like it carries you around like a horse, but it's an Ahriman. So like you just hop on top of it and it flies away. Like you're just riding this giant eyeball with wings, basically. And the other thing we can get is this pumpkin carriage with a Moogle on it, and it's a housing item that you put out in your yard, and I plan on getting like 4 or 5 of them and just littering my yard with them. Like I want them all over. They're like pumpkin carriages from Cinderella, but there's like a little Moogle on the back of it riding it, and it is adorable. Wow. So
that's cool.
Really excited to get into that, and there's a new mobile game that came out that I might stream. I don't know. I'm supposed to only stream for 3 more hours. I don't know how long the Halloween event takes. But the orange Ahriman glows? Wait, it glows? I didn't know that. I just saw a picture of the mount, and dude, if it glows, that's awesome. But
well, that sounds really cool.
Like,
well, you know, one thing we're gonna do, let me just tell you guys this. Patreon is that we're gonna do something where we're looking into what we're going to do, but we're going to be doing some giveaways for like a limited time. I think we're going to start them for the month of November. And we're either going to be giving away like a free expansion game or something else. So I know it could get really interesting. So we're working on that right now. So stay tuned. So we want to give you guys some incentives and stuff that might make it a little more fun. So
You know what? You know what you should do is actually get maybe a copy of like there's copies of Final Fantasy XIV that include the first like few expansions. So like it's like all the expansions in one. And I think it's in Shadowbringers. It includes A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, and Stormblood, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But so like you buy you buy Shadowbringers, and you get all the rest of the expansions in it. And
Let me see.
you should get a copy of that and sign it and give that away.
Oh, there you go.
So like,
that's a great idea.
Like you have all the games you like sing songs in, and sign it, and then like give that away as one of the giveaways, and like that'll bring in a lot of Final Fantasy XIV players that want to win that
right.
signature game. Like so like I think that's a really good idea. I think
that's awesome.
So
that's an awesome idea, and I will incorporate it. I promise, because that sounds really cool.
So,
I mean, because that's like the whole thing is we want to find stuff that you guys would. I mean, I know everyone's 14. That's how we all got here, but
right.
Just some fun things. But obviously, a lot of people have the game already. But it would be cool to have like maybe some autographed, more autographed merch and stuff like that. So that sounds cool.
All
right.
Oh, there's actually you could get instead of the games, the expansions, you could get the soundtracks. That's more fitting. Get Final Fantasy XIV soundtracks and sign them.
Right.
That's perfect.
That'd be cool too.
So you I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Again, I don't want to make it I don't want to word it to where you feel obligated and cornered. So I got to
Is this my final question for the night?
It's it should be. We really should let you go. It's but
I know I should, you guys. I just have some other stuff I do. This has been awesome.
I mean, 2
hours. Really fun. I'm good to hang out. So.
You were planning on 1 hour and it's been 2. So
I know.
So
now I'm still just kind of fighting my little thing. I just got to get some rest, So
yeah,
so
and you need
more music.
You need rest. You deserve the rest.
Awesome.
So my birthday is November 11th.
That's right.
May be doing a 24-hour stream. Is there any chance that you would want to stop by and, I don't know, maybe sing happy birthday or something?
Of course. I would be honored to. We definitely should do that. Wow, you're going to do a 24-hour stream? You're going to be so tired.
Oh, I do 24-hour, I stay up all day, at least once a week. So it's
oh man.
It's I mean, this is you're talking to a hardcore gamer. I mean, that's a natural thing we do. It's
We'll see you guys now about jet lag. You create your own.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's funny.
I might. It depends on how much sleep I get prior.
Right.
So if I because I struggle with insomnia, it's a fun thing.
Sure.
So if I only get 5 hours sleep the night before, there's no chance I'm going to do a 24-hour stream. But
right.
I'd at least try to do 12. So I'm at least going to do a 12-hour stream on my birthday, November 11th.
All right.
So
well, count me in. I wrote it down, November 11th. You got it. And we will definitely do this again, And I want to thank everyone again for coming and hanging out with us and for your questions. It was awesome.
Calloway is my wife.
That's his name. That's so funny.
That's great.
Yes, that's my fiance.
Oh,
and I soon will be his wife.
Oh, hi. How's
that's
it going?
So funny.
That is great. That is
He's
great.
such a jokester. He's very proud of me.
That is awesome.
That's so funny. Isn't he funny? I know. I told him I was doing this Twitch tonight. I think I told you guys he was a writer. He does a bunch of things, but he's he is a strength and conditioning coach for professional boxers and for the Red Wings. He does all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah. So he's like, always kicking my butt, making sure I stay fit and stuff. But he's also a writer as well. So anyway, awesome. Well, I'm glad that he could join the stream.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, Jeff.
Kiru wants you to know that he sent you his address for the poster.
For the giveaway?
Yep. And not sure, Chiaki, make sure you get on sending her your address so you can get that signed CD. Yeah, Jeannie, you're late. You're like real late. You're at the tail end of the Susan portion of the stream. So good job.
I know.
Good job,
Hey,
buddy.
Is this a good time for everybody?
I
Do it at 7 o'clock at night? Or, we should do a stream that is good for some of the people who live in other countries. Because I had a couple people who messaged me about that today. Because they're in like a different time zone. So that might be something to talk about. But maybe we'll do that later. So.
Well, I've been doing this time schedule because it's good for me. Like I need to be able to get I need to be able to do my stuff during the day, but also sleep because I guess sleep is kind of like important. I heard. So so like I need to be able to get a good amount of sleep, do my stuff during the day, and then be able to stream, but also be able to do some stream stuff after the stream before going to bed. That's like my schedule. So like it winds up with me being free to stream at 6 p.m. to midnight.
Oh no, I think it's a great time. I was just, I think for the U.S. people it's great because it's after work.
Right. But as far as other countries go, like if you're wanting to like stream for people in Japan, you're gonna have to be like streaming at like 7 in the morning or something. No, wait.
They have that middle time. You could do it like 10. Well, you could do it like 8 in the morning, and that would be like 10 at night for them, so it wouldn't be terrible. But.
Yeah, but that would also be 8 a.m. for us. So
like, I know.
And there's not like a whole lot of people. So like, what could happen is like, there were a few, there was a couple of people that I thought weren't gonna make it. That I suggested that if they wanted to ask something, they ask in the Discord, so that way, they could still ask you something and you'd answer it. They could watch the video afterwards and they'd still feel like a part of the stream. That's what you could do for your the people that can't see the stream in
no, that's parts. A great
Sorry, I got a bit of lag there. Hello?
Oh, are you there? No, I think that's a great idea. And Cookie had a great idea here too. She's my friend. Hey, Cookie. She was saying that we could record streams and then post Patreon, and make that part of the cool idea too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
All our ridiculous banter.
And
I know when you go, did you see my soon-to-be husband says on DBK, he says, great job on your
Oh, I missed that. Great. Thank you for pointing that out.
This is great.
Thank you so much. Job, Thank you so much. Is it all right if I call you Jeff, or should I call you Calloway as my wife? Because that feels really weird for me to say. So I want to just ask if it's all right if I call you Jeff.
So funny. I'm sure he'll go with Jeff.
Kira, Jeff is Susan's fiance, which is currently, again, Calloway is my wife in chat.
Right.
And Jeannie, thank you so
That's
much
funny.
for that host.
I know.
So, I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it. Like, I spent, I spent 3 hours last night working on the layout, and I wasn't sure if it was
I
going to
know
work out. Like,
you did such a good job.
and like the thing of it is like we were supposed to. We didn't get to it, unfortunately, but we were going to play Final Fantasy 14. So like the thing about the layout is Final Fantasy 14 is behind there, right? Like Susan's camera was going to go but below mine, but since we wound up like focusing on the Q&A and talking, I just figured, we'll move the camera over here and just focus on Susan. And now I messed up the layout now. Good job. Yeah.
I know. Well, cool. Well, you guys, you know what? I'm gonna scoot out, but it was so awesome to hang out with everybody. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Like, I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. And no problem. And thanks. I'm glad I got to like hang out with you guys. And you know, thanks for listening to all the updates. And it was great hearing questions. And hopefully we'll do this again. And I will see all of you soon. Sound good?
And, yeah. Wait 1 second. Let me post your. I'm going to post the Patreon link again. Lots of great stuff in that Patreon. So if you guys, again, want to get exclusive Susan merch or free songs and autographs and whatnot, all this neat stuff, make sure to click that link and join her Patreon. She's also going to be doing her own Twitch streams live. She's going to be doing live performances of solo concerts and whatnot. So make sure to follow her at twitch.tv/Susan Calloway. If you're wanting the link later on in the stream, the banners on the layout will tell you the commands, so you guys can get those links. So thank you again, Susan, for being here. I really appreciate it.
You are very welcome. I'll be back again.
Yes, I hope we can do this again really soon. And
yes, we totally will. So
take it easy, and I'm going don't go anywhere. Stream, chat, people in chat. I'm going to continue streaming. I'm just going to switch the layout, but first I need to let Susan go. So I'm going to put I'm going to go ahead and this is awkward now. How do I how do we?
That's all right.
So
I guess wait myself out.
Yeah. All right.
Bye, you guys.
Have a good night.
Later.
Take it easy.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Thanks, you guys. See you soon. All right, bye.